The Brown v. Board of Education was a case in which racial segregation in public schools became against the law. Brown v. Board of Education was the case that was selected to be the challenging case against separate but equal, also known as Jim Crow laws. Jim Crow laws were laws that allowed African Americans to be separated from white people as long as they were separate but equal, although they never were. For example, blacks and whites weren't even allowed to drink in the same water fountain. A whites-only water fountain would usually be very nice, but colored-only, as they called African American water fountains, were not nice at all. The name Jim Crow came from a popular white character that pretended to be black and made fun of them. The term came into use in the late 1880s. The Brown v. Board of Education was a case in which a young girl named Linda Brown couldn't go to school right down her street. Instead, she had to go to a colored school across town. Her dad sued the school board, and it ended up being one of the cases which Thurgood Marshall used to attack the separate but equal law. The Brown v. Board of Education was in the Supreme Court in 1954, but the case began in 1951. On May 17th, the Supreme Court had made its decision. The judges agreed that segregated education faculties could never be equal, and it became a law that schools could no longer be segregated. Overall, the Brown v. Board of Education had a huge impact on the civil rights movement by making it unconstitutional for schools to be segregated. Thank you for listening.